Cane Corso. A kind of Italian macho-ness is associated with the name, and very much with the sight and character. They are mostly dark, very muscular, and ready for action. Who wouldn't want to have that for themselves, or just to be like them in today's world, defined by appearances? The creators of this channel have never denied that they have a very positive bias towards this dog breed, since Cane Corsos have been living with us for more than a decade, to the complete satisfaction of both parties. Unfortunately, his breed is becoming more and more popular, or let's call it, more fashionable. After getting to know them thoroughly, we think that this breed is not for everyone and definitely not for a first dog owner. Why? We will try to summarize it for you in the following 5 points. Marketing and reality. For decades, potential buyers of Cane Corsos have been fed with the idea, or tale, that this dog breed is the descendant of the ancient Roman Molosser-type dogs used for fighting. Let's leave aside the small fact that nowadays we hardly know anything for sure about the past of Molosser-type dogs, especially about what the so-called Canis pugnax, the fighting dog of ancient Rome, looked like and what exactly they were used for on the battlefields, if they existed at all. What we know for sure, Cane Corsos originated from southern Italy, where they were all-round farm dogs, with all the advantages and disadvantages. They guarded properties, people were hunting with them, and in many cases they herded cattle when needed. If anyone would like to choose this breed because he wants a dog with an ancient past, they should not do so. This sounds extremely silly here and now, but it was surprising and shocking to us as well, how often we heard this extremely effective marketing thesis as one of the reasons for the choice, the Cane Corso. Mastiff? Or not? If someone chooses this breed because they want a typical Mastiff with little need for exercise and not outstanding activity, they are not going in the right direction. Even though the FCI classifies Corsos as Mastiffs and records them as such, their need for exercise and activity level can be compared to that of larger German working dogs and is significantly greater than that of the classic Mastiff breeds. This breed is full of explosive energy, they are particularly agile, it's basic, they require frequent and intense movement. A Cane Corso in good condition will not get tired after a few miles of walking, and after proper training, they can function perfectly as working dogs. One thing they can hardly bear, or not at all, is idleness and the lack of employment. If they find themselves in such a situation, the mostly human-centered and positive energies residing in them can turn opposite and become destructive. Muscle strength and bite force. In our experience, Cane Corso's physical attributes and strength generally exceed and surpass most breeds of similar body size. In addition, in almost every bite force surveys based on real measurements rank them very high on the list, usually in the first 3. These abilities significantly exceed the level that an average dog owner with no previous experience with dogs can properly control or direct in the right direction. An improperly controlled and socialized Cane Corso, precisely because of its outstanding physical characteristics, is capable of causing damage at an above-average level. A situation misunderstood or misinterpreted in the absence of proper education can lead to tragedies. When we visited the site of the Cane Corso Breed Rescue Center at the No Animal Shelter, we listened to the life and prehistory of at least 10 dogs who were there. We still don't understand why the former owners chose this breed. Jekyll and Hyde. Since we have been dealing with dogs, and this has a history of almost 30 years, we have never seen any other dog breeds that are so two-faced. The majority of Cane Corsos, and of course there are exceptions, are extremely dominant and at the same time not very tolerant with other dogs and animals, but at the same time extremely affectionate and accepting of their owners and families. For example, both Cane Corsos, who arrived to us in a young age, took over the pack leadership role from the Doge de Bordeaux, who were a few years older, when they were about 6 to 8 months of age. At the same time, we also had to get used to the fact that a Cane Corso always feels best within a 5-yard circle of the human pack leader, who is the owner, and follows the owner everywhere, like a black shadow. When choosing this dog breed, everyone should also take this into account. Those who cannot properly handle their own dog's dominant aggressive manifestations towards other animals, or don't like if a 100-pound black shadow looms behind him for most of the day, should not choose this breed. Summary. Although we have seen and dealt with many breeds, for us, the Cane Corso will always remain the non plus ultra of the dog world. After getting to know them and studying their character on a daily basis for more than a decade, it is very disappointing for us that they have become so fashionable and that they so frequently end up in the hands of people who do not know them and do not understand them. It is never good if any dog ends up with an incompetent owner who doesn't take care of it. It is especially tragic to see all this in the case of a Cane Corso. If they become unmanageable, they can cause terrible damage to their environment due to their strength. Due to their above-average owner-centeredness and large size, the resocialization and finding a new home are extremely difficult for a Cane Corso, who ends up in a shelter.